Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanika and today's video is special. It's in honor of Nurses Week, so happy Nurses Week to all my fellow nurses. Okay. I've been in healthcare for the past 10 years. For 8 years, I've worked as a registered nurse. And this past 1 year, I worked as a nurse practitioner in the Department of Urology. So this May 9th is my 1 year anniversary. So I just wanted to come on and share my experiences of that in honor of Nurses Week. It's been such a pleasure and such an honor to be a nurse. I've learned so much. I've grown so much. I've enjoyed relationships with my patients and also with my coworkers. So it's truly been a blessing in my life. So now I just want to share a little bit about, what I do as a nurse practitioner. I work in the Department of Urology. I see some of my own patients, and then I work with the different attendings, the different doctors, and see some of their patients as well. I also prep patients for surgeries, answer patient calls and stuff like that. I respond to lab results and, do different things. The most common conditions that we treat in the office is BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia, urinary retention, erectile dysfunction, overactive bladder, prostate cancer, and kidney stones. So it's been great just getting to learn all of this and stuff like that, right? I want to share some of the things that I love about my job. One thing that I love is relationships, whether that's relationships with my coworkers and relationships with the patients. I like working with people. I like talking with them. I like getting to know them personally. So I really love that part of my job. And I really feel blessed that my coworkers, they're really respectable. Like, we respect each other, we get along well, we do what we have to do, right, for the common goal of patient care and stuff like that. So I really value the relationships I have at work. The next thing that I love is my set schedule. Like, I didn't know that I would love it so much, because when you worked in the hospital like I did for 8 years, it was always work here, there, nights, early in the morning to the end of the day, holidays, weekends, stuff like that. Now I work 4 days a week, Monday to Friday, no weekends, no holidays. So I love that set schedule because I can make plans for my life. Like, I know I'm off every Saturday. So if I wanted to take dance lessons, I know I can do it every Saturday. So I really love that part about the job. Also, I've just learned so much. The doctors that I work with are really good. They're good at answering questions, teaching. I've learned so much from them. So I really love that part as well. Now, some of the challenges, okay, because of course there's challenges, right? One of the challenges for me is getting my notes done on time. So, when you see your patients, you got to write, the HPI, which is essentially what they're here for, their situation that's going on. You document your physical exam and your plan of care, then you do the billing and stuff like that. For me, it's tough because I don't always completely sign off on the visit the same day. And before you know it, they pile up, because not only am I seeing patients, but I'm also responding to, patient calls and different urgent patient matters that pop up during the day. I'm responding to lab results and imaging results and coordinating care based on that. So it's easy to let lots of notes get piled up. So that's definitely been a challenge for me, but I have a master plan for it, y'all. I try every day to complete all my notes, and now I'm some days are just going to be busy, and I definitely want to prioritize appropriately. So if anything, I'm what, every 2 days, I just want to sign off on all my notes, make sure they're all done, so that I don't have to play catch up and dedicate hours to catching up, because that's no fun, right? Yeah, so definitely learning about that. Another thing is that the practice that I work in is pretty busy. Now, I used to be a cardiothoracic surgery nurse back in the hospital, and I thought I left busy behind, honey, but busy is right here. But it's been a good thing because I feel like it's been stretching me and broadening my capacity. Like I'm able to manage more and do more. So I'm grateful for this challenge. So thank God for that. And I have a supportive team that I work with. So I'm very grateful. So, with that being said, that's my experience this past 1 year as being a nurse practitioner. Oh, yeah, and I would say another thing that's different when you're a nurse in a hospital, like you hand off, you give report to someone, and that's it. You don't have to worry about anything pretty much. If something wasn't done, the next shift will do it. When you're a nurse practitioner now, you're fully responsible. There's no one to hand off your work to. So you've got to get everything done. You got to have the proper follow up and everything like that. So that's another major difference as well. But yeah, all in all, though, I love my job. I'm very happy that God put me here. And while I'm here, I'm going to continue to enjoy it, grow, and flourish. I wanted to share also a quick testimony with this position. So, like I told you, I work 4 days a week. During the weekdays, I'm off 1 day of the week. Initially, when I applied for this job, it was 5 days a week, right? So I really wanted a 4 day a week job. I prayed to God for that specifically, that I wanted 4 days a week because I knew that I value work-life balance. I knew that I wanted to give my all while at work, but then have enough time to give my all to my personal life and the different projects that I want to work with, and having time to build relationships outside of work. So I knew that stuff mattered to me, and I wanted that 1 day off during the week so I can accommodate everything, right? So I interviewed for this job. It's like seems really good. I feel like this is what where God led me. I feel like the chief that interviewed me was very receptive to me. So I'm like, oh my goodness, he offered me the position. So the HR recruiter came and told me that he offered me the position, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want this job, but I really want 4 days a week. So I was talking to my mentor about it, and she really encouraged me. She was like, Shanika, you prayed for 4 days a week. You should ask for 4 days a week if that's what you really want, and have faith that you'll get it or get something else, right? And when she said that, I was just like, oh my goodness, because I was talking to a couple of other friends, and they were just like, listen, it's hard to come by a nurse practitioner position. Just take whatever you can get. And, you don't want to miss out on an opportunity. So I felt so conflicted. But what my mentor said really stuck with me. I'm like, let me have faith in God. Let me know that he's a way maker, that he's a provider. And I asked him in prayer in faith. And I trust that if it's his will for me, that I'll get it. But as we know, like faith without works is dead. So if I'm prayed for these things and have all this faith, if I don't ask for what I need, if I don't put that form of work in, then I wouldn't get it. And then I'd be possibly bitter and angry, right? Because I didn't get what I truly wanted in my heart. So I asked the recruiter, I'm like, I really love this position. I really want it, but I really would like to work 4 days a week. Can you ask for me if that could be possible? And he said, you know what? I don't think so, because everyone works 5 days a week at this clinic. So I don't think that's going to be a possibility. I told him, this is really important to me. If you can please ask. And he asked, and then the doctor came back and said yes. I was like, oh my goodness. So I became the first nurse practitioner at the clinic to work 4 days a week. And I am so grateful because it really came in handy for me to have that extra day off, just as I mentioned. So, I hope this encouraged someone to have faith about the things that you pray for, take action about it, and just trust God when you pray for something. He's a good father. He'll answer your prayers. He'll give you what you need. And if he doesn't answer in the way that you expect, you can still trust him that he's a good father. And in this case, I feel that God really knew my heart and knew why I wanted this 4 days a week. position. It's not because I wanted to be lazy or anything. It's just I knew I would need the time to work on other things and projects and have balance. And I am so thankful for that. So that's my testimony right there. Um, Please give a comment. Let me know if any nurses are watching this. What's your experience like in healthcare and where you work and stuff like that. So, again, thank you for watching and have a good one until next time. Bye.